Hey, fourth grade, welcome to week 4 of distance learning. I hope you all are staying safe in quarantine and washing your hands all the time. Today we're going to be working on day 3 of our packet. It looks like this, and let's get started. We are going to get started with a sieving wonder. I'm going to move myself to the side of the screen so I don't block any of the painting. We're going to get started with this today just to kind of activate our minds and to really connect with this content through some artful thinking. So I want us to really look closely. Go ahead and pause your video while you really see and appreciate this painting. So I really want you to think of everything you see in this painting. So pause your video and maybe notice 5 things you see, taking your eyes from the upper right hand corner down to the left hand corner, or to the right low corner, to the left corner, to the upper left corner, to the middle. What did you see? What did you notice? I'm going to give you a little background knowledge. This painting was done by John Singer Sargent, who was a very famous painter. He did a lot of watercolors, so he was a watercolor painter just like you guys. I miss painting with you guys every Friday. He devoted himself to painting scenes of landscapes, labor, and leisure. So that might give you a little background to move into the I think portion of this. So now with that, what do you think when you see this painting? What do you think's going on here? I want you to move your eyes around the canvas. I really want you to concentrate on going through 5 things you think. Go ahead and pause the video. Find 5 things you think. And now let's move to I wonder. What are 3 things you're wondering about this painting? What are 3 things you are wondering as your eyes move from this corner to this corner, through here, all the way up here into the middle? What are you wondering about? Great, thanks for doing the exercise with me. Our objective today is we will reread and annotate chapter 1 from Rocks, Minerals, and Soils in order to gather evidence and information that we will be able to support in answering the questions about the text. And then we're going to summarize the text in order to find the main idea using details from the text. Our lines of inquiry, which we used in class and we're also going to be using today, you've been talking about them with Mr. Freeman the past 2 days, are what are rocks and minerals? How are they formed? How are rocks and minerals a part of our everyday life? And how can Earth's rocks cause destruction to our land? I want you to pause the video and think about those lines of inquiry right now, and how have you already been grappling with those? So, what are rocks and minerals? How are they formed? How have you already gathered evidence for that question? How are rocks and minerals part of our everyday life? Have you already found evidence for that question? I bet you have. And then how are they causing destruction to our land? You already found evidence for that? If any of these questions are perplexing to you and you're like, ooh, I have no idea, those are the ones that you should really be focused on today when we do our annotating. So today, these are the materials that we're going to need. We're going to need our text. We're going to need our annotation key, which looks like this, and you guys are used to that from our past weeks. We are going to need our text-dependent questions, and we're going to need a pencil. Our tasks are going to be to read and annotate. We're going to answer our text-dependent questions, and then we're going to summarize the text at the end. So As we read and annotate, we are going to be underlining the major points. We're going to be circling keywords and phrases, just like we do in class, just like we've done the past couple weeks. We're going to be putting a question mark by any like things we don't understand as we read. And then we're going to write notes in the margins to show inferences that we've made and to make our clarifying statements. So here's the first portion of the text. Miss Rowe has done a read aloud, so if you need any of this read aloud, please go to her videos. I'm not going to be doing any of the reading aloud. I'm going to say pause the video, read it to yourself. If you need help reading, go to Miss Rowe's video. So we're going to read and annotate this, so go ahead, pause the video, read, annotate your text. Remember, we're underlining anything that's really important. We're circling any keywords and phrases. Go ahead and get that done. All right, we should have this stuff underlined. I circled the word rock. We're trying to find what a rock is. So I circled the word rock. That's obviously a really important word. And then I underlined the definition of a rock. I then made a note in the margin of what rocks were made of. And then I underlined that definition there, okay? I also made a note here that the earth is made of rocks because I thought that was another point. I just noted here, I did not underline everything in both paragraphs. Why might I have not underlined everything in both of these paragraphs? Answer it out loud. I did not write down long sentences because that would have slowed down my reading. I just made quick little notes. All right, let's move on to the minerals page. So we have to read this minerals page. Again, I'm not going to read it out loud. I'm going to read it in my head. You're going to read it in your head. If you need help, go over to Ms. Rowe's video. This video is going to be a lesson on annotating. So pause your video, read the text, annotate with me. You're going to underline the most important details. You're going to circle the keywords, and you're going to make some notes in your margins, okay? Pause the video, get that done. We're going to come back on the next slide for our annotations, okay? All right, here we go. Here are the annotations. All right, you see, I've circled the word minerals. Why did I circle the word minerals? Because that's our text focusing question. What are minerals? So clearly, I circled the word minerals and I underlined what they are. You see, I underlined a lot in this paragraph because it really kept defining what the word minerals was and what they're made out of. You see, I didn't underline much here. I underlined this and this, and then I made a note in the margin just kind of summarizing what minerals were, okay? There's a lot of really nice pictures on this page that I could always refer back to. All right, and then our last page was soil. So we're talking about soil on this page, and I want you guys to, again, go ahead and read it on your own, annotate, and if you need any support, go ahead and check out Ms. Rowe's video for a read aloud, and pause your video here, read, annotate, and then come back for my annotations. All right, here we go. So I circled the word soil, I underlined the definition, and I also circled this key thing, that the top layer of soil covers most of the earth, okay? Because soil is made out of rocks and minerals, and that covers most of the earth. So let's answer our questions based on the evidence that we've gathered. So we're going to need our texts to help us answer this question. So we're going to need to take the text that we've just underlined in order to answer these text-based questions. We can't just guess because these are evidence-based responses. And for the summary. So I'm going to use my text right here to answer these text-based questions. Let's click to the next page. So you see I have, how are rocks and minerals the same? Rocks and minerals are similar in several ways. First, they are both found in the Earth's surface. In addition, rocks and minerals can vary in size. Also, rocks and minerals are both made up of natural materials. According to the text, now here is where I want you guys to find me a detail about either rocks or minerals made up of natural materials. Now, furthermore, the text states another detail about rocks or minerals made up of natural materials. Clearly, rocks and minerals have many similarities. So I've really answered this question about how rocks and minerals are the same, and I've given you guys a lot of structure of how to structure this paragraph. I'm sure you could have come up with a lot of this answer on your own. You might have already done so. I've provided a sentence frame for getting this text evidence in there. Here is how rocks and minerals are different. So here, rocks and minerals are different in several ways. First, rocks are composed of minerals. However, minerals are composed of chemical substances and have specific chemical makeup of elements. Furthermore, minerals can be made of one or more elements, sorry, I need to add an S there, or basic chemicals found in all matter. According to the text, rocks and minerals in soil accounts for all the differences in look and feel. Clearly, rocks and minerals have some differences. So see, I talked about how they're similar and how they're different using evidence from the text. But Ms. Johnston, I found different similarities in different differences. Could I talk about those? Of course. I would love if you guys brought in different text evidence. This is what I found from the text using my annotations. You guys do your own thing. This is a sentence frame that I came up with, okay, to support you guys. Here is a summary of the text sentence frame that you guys need to fill in on your own. Rocks and minerals are blank. So kind of writing a definition for rocks and minerals. Rocks are composed of blank, while, so you're contrasting, minerals are composed of blank. Composed means made of. However, both rocks and minerals are made of blank. Rocks are blank, according to the text blank. Oops, sorry, this cut off. And minerals are blank. Okay. And that will be the end of this video here. So we have our summary, and then you guys are going to finish that on your own. I am so excited to see your guys' summary. You can always type them up and put them in the comments below, or you could text them to Mr. Freeman or I, or Miss Rowe. Please check out Miss Rowe's Read Aloud if you need any support with the reading. Always feel free to text Mr. Freeman and I for support as well. I'm also doing meetings on Microsoft Teams. If you need one-on-one support, I'm always here for you guys as well. I hope you stay safe. Missing you lots. All right, bye-bye.